Hello, good day. I am Danalyn Q. Labad and I will be reporting governance and ethics in educational management. Actually, we are three reporters for this topic, but I will just be discussing my part, which is the governance. Okay, so governance refers to structures, processes, and systems that guide decision making, accountability, and operations in an educational institution. Basically, based on the definition, no government or a certain organization can work without governance. Thus, a lot of governance styles have occurred or have emerged since then. So, speaking of theories, we have transformational leadership theory by Burns and Bass. Transformational leadership or transformational leaders promote vision, empowerment, transparency, and shared decision making in all essential elements of good governance. So, my question to you, were the people you voted the last election has these qualities? Next is let's learn what are the key principles of good governance in school. The importance of this one is for us to be grounded into what should be the qualities of a good leader or a school that has a good governance. Okay, first is accountability. Leaders are responsible for outcomes and decisions. So these type of leaders should always be ready to be responsible for whatever the outcomes of the things that they did or the decisions that they made. Whether it's positive or negative, you have to take all of it. Next is transparency. Open communication, clear policies, and honest reporting. Next is participation. Involvement of teachers, learners, and parents, and of course, the community. It doesn't mean that since you are the governing body, it's just you who will decide in everything. Kailangan may participation din ang students, their parents, and especially the community para mas maging harmonious ang governance ninyo. Next is equity. Equity is giving fair treatment to all stakeholders. This is to ensure that all of their needs will be accounted or will be catered. Next is effectiveness and efficiency. This refers to maximizing resources to achieve educational goals. So, this means you're not just going to limit yourselves kung ano lang ang meron, but you will try to dig deeper, humanap pa ng mas maiging mga paraan para ma-meet or ma-cater ang mga pangangailangan ng school. And last, key principles of good governance in school is the rule of law, adherence to policies, guidelines, and legal frameworks. These things are very important because this is going to be the backbone of the school. So if anything goes wrong, you go back to the basics, which is the laws of your school. Okay, so after knowing the key principles, let's now dig deeper to the governance structure and their roles in educational leadership. So we have the governing council or the SGC, the school head, the department heads or coordinators, the LGU and debted links, and of course the teacher, organization, and community stakeholders. So why is it that there is a governance structure, or why is it that we need to have a distributed leadership? Well, this is according to Spillane or Spillane 2006. Or according to her theory, governance works best when leadership roles are shared across the organization, not concentrated on a single leader. That's what we call pagtutulungan, no? So and basically an organization cannot work successfully if there's just only one person who is working. Kailangan hand in hand para mas maging fruitful ang isang organization or mas mag-work ang isang organization. Okay, so first that we need to discuss is the School Governing Council or the SGC. They provide advice and decisions on school policies and programs. Also, they ensure stakeholder participation like parents, teachers, and community. And they support they support school improvement planning and monitoring. As what their famous quote, shared leadership, stronger school. Next, we have the school head or the principal. By the way, the school governing council is usually led by the president of the university or the school. Next is the school head or the principal. This person leads the overall management of the school, ensures implementation of policies, curriculum, and safety guidelines. They also manages the resources, personnel, and the school operations. And of course, they serve as the primary decision maker and instructional leader. School head or these people believes that leadership in education is not just about authority, but it's also about impact. Next, we have the department heads or the coordinators. These people oversee academic departments and specific programs. They also guide teachers in curriculum implementation and instructional quality. And of course, they monitor performance, assists in planning, and provide technical support. Coordinators guide the curriculum, but their true impact is guiding the teacher's growth. Next, we have the local government units and the DepEd links. These people provide financial, logistical, and infrastructural support. They partner with schools for programs, facilities, and community initiatives. Also, they ensure alignment with national DepEd policies and local educational needs. They say accountability in education begins with leaders who value transparency and service. And last but not the least is the teacher organization and community stakeholders. These people advocate for teacher welfare and professional development. They support school activities, discipline, and learner welfare. And lastly, they strengthen the homeschool community partnerships. As what they say, it takes a community to raise a child and a committed team to raise a school. Alright, so now let's go on to the importance of governance in education. Why do you think that it is important for us to have a governance in the school? Why can't we just teach alone, right? Or why can't we just learn alone? Why is it important that we still need to have a governance? Okay, so first is it builds trust between school and the community. So having a governance allows the school and community to have a better relationship. Next, it ensures consistent quality of education. Of course, pag nagmi-meeting, they address what are the wrong things or the things na kulang pa, and after that, they can make a decision where they can strengthen their services for the students and for the learners. Next, it helps achieve school improvement plans or SIPs. Next one, it protects the welfare of learners and staff. Yes, of course, yun ang isa sa mga pinaka-importante na roles ng governance or ng government sa school natin. Of course, even if learners lang tayo and workers tayo, meron din tayong mga certain welfare or mga karapatan din. And the governance or the government are the ones who will protect us from that. And they will also ensure na nakukuha natin yun or na-avail natin yun ng mga karapatan. Okay? So always bear in mind that when governance meets ethics, schools thrive, learners excel, and communities grow. Leadership with a heart makes the difference. And that's it for my part. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.